today I'm going to be focusing on the SP20. The car we have here in question is actually an SE20. There's been a lot of talk on the internet about how we can get WRX seats, or should I say Impreza seats, into this car. There's a fair bit of information online about how to get these seats to fit this car. Turns out the mounting points aren't that far off. So with some little convincing, we can get all 4 bolts to go in and those seats can be installed into that car. They're not a bad alternative, especially when you find them online for a bargain every now and then. So let's get right into it. Oh yeah, some of you might already be thinking what's going on with the front end here. As you know, the Australian sun is very unforgiving. As you can see on the roof, it's already got some fade and the clear coat is already failing. So I took the bonnet off to go get painted. So to get the process started, what's actually involved is we're going to get to the car and we're going to have to take off the 4 bolts. There's one here, one over there that's underneath the plastic cover, and then there's the 2 at the back. We'll have to take these bolts out and then take the seats out, and then next up we're going to have to swap over the seatbelt buckles. So we'll need to take these ones off these seats and then fit them to the Rexy seat. So with these ones, you'll notice that there's a tab here. You're supposed to lift that, and there's another one down here, but I'm just being a bit rough and I'm just like flicking them off on the go. Now that the bolts are exposed, the 2 in the front and the 2 in the back, it's a matter of finding the right socket. So you can use a ratchet set to get in there and remove it, but I'm the lazy type, so I'm going to use the gun. Now this next part will be a bit tricky because the seat belt would have a plug that's connected to it. So as we remove the seat, we're just gonna have to unplug it. And I say tricky because as I move the seat and access the plug, it might not be easy to hold the camera. Don't know if you can see this, but if you get to this part here, if you press on the side there and you pull up, oh, there you go. You just press that and pull up, and there's your plug undone. So I've put the Mazda seat to the side here on cardboard so it doesn't like get scratched on the driveway. So what we're gonna have to do is remove the seatbelt cable and like unplug it from here. Unplug point number 2, come up here. Should be a Phillips head that goes into here. Pop that off, and then there should be a nut bolt that holds this in. Swap this over onto this seat. So after using a flathead screwdriver to pop these plastic clips from here and here, the only thing left to do is to use a Phillips head. All right, and then you undo the screw that's in here, but then you'll find that this bolt here is holding this whole plastic cover. That's not a problem. You just pick that up and slide it out of the way. Once it's out of the way like so, just a matter of taking this out and the whole seatbelt assembly should come off. Okay, so I've taken the Subaru seatbelt out, as you can see, and I've installed the Mazda seatbelt onto the Subaru seat. I've reused the little plastic clips that came out with it onto the Subaru seats here. So no cable ties required. And the little Mazda plug can be seen here. Now let's go put this in the car. Okay, so now first things first, the seat is in the car. We have not bolted it down yet. It's very easy to forget to plug in the seat belt plug, so we'll do that first. Yeah, so with the bolts, this is not tied in. This is half in. Same here, this is half in to give me a bit of play, because you never tighten these things in on the go. So these are the first two that I've put in. Now I'm going to retract the seat backwards to do the front two, because as you line it up, that's what the challenge is. Most people will go tighten them, and then they'll find that a couple, or if not one of the mounts will not line up. So now that I've sort of put these half in, I can still sort of move the seat around, as you can see. Yeah. So now I'm going to try line up the front two. After putting the two bolts in the back, you find that with all the convincing I could do, the front only lines up by this much. And you go to the other side, it's the same. So now I'm going to try something a little unconventional, because I don't know if you can see this, but like the mount here is not exactly sitting flush. So I figure if I were to bend this forward a little bit, and the same on this side, it should line up. Because we're already in the car, I'm not going to take the seat out to go bend this. So I'm going to use this tool here. I'm going to lift this up. Sorry, I'm just doing it with one hand. And then grab it. And then once it's clamped on, I'm just going to pull up, and that should just bend that forward a little bit. As can be seen over there, I've only sort of half put this bolt in, and then I was able to do the same over here. That's only half in as well. So now I'm just going to make sure that it's all lined up properly, and then tighten them all. And just like that, they're all bolted down properly, and the seat is in. So here's the bolt here. It's in tight. It's very challenging because you got to avoid the cross threading, because you're playing with angles. Sometimes this putting a lot of pressure on the bolt, or should I say, yeah, the bolt here, can make you think that you're actually threading it in right, but you're better off just moving this out of the way. Put this in to make sure that you get the right angle, so you know what angle is supposed to go in. Press down, use the body weight. I had to use my knee on the corner here. I pressed really hard with my knee, and then managed to line this up properly, and then just got the thread going. And same on the other side. Now that it's all tight, you just repeat the process for the passenger seat. Here we are on the passenger side. Same process again, just remove the seats. Now ready to put this one in. And there you have it. Both seats are now in.